Welcome to Passion of the Soul with me, Ellena Lieberman, the new Power Hour for your consciousness. This is the space where you awaken to your authentic potential, the truth of who you really are. Here, we open the mind and heart and tune into the essence of the soul, the force that fuels your entire being and invites miracles into your life. Each episode inspires you to respond to the layers of potential within you and bring your unique legacy into the world. As you listen and watch, you'll discover that you can be the answer to your own quest. Get ready to tune into your innermost voice and live in alignment with your highest truth. Passion of the Soul starts now. Welcome. I'm your host, Ellena Lieberman, and you are listening to Passion of the Soul on Transformation Talk Radio. Stay with us this hour and let us help you experience the new Power Hour for your consciousness every first and third Thursday of the month, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We will have some of the most brilliant visionaries, artists, healers, and authors who have walked miraculous journeys inspiring you. Tonight, on episode 9, we are featuring the Tree of Life Healing Powers, transformational keys to achieve ease and flow, the healing powers of the Tree of Life. Free the inner child held in your heart and liberate your authentic spirit. Embody the fullness of a life aligned with your soul's passion. We are thrilled with our guest tonight, Devorah Gila Berkowitz from the Golan Heights, Israel. She helps women reconnect with their divine spark to release stress, overwhelm, and restore calm, clarity, and confidence. Devorah is a graduate of Harvard with a degree in linguistics and psychology, drawing on neuroscience, nervous system integration, intuition, and spiritual wisdom rooted in the Jewish tradition. She creates a safe, compassionate space where emotional and physical discomfort transform into empowerment for self-healing. Welcome, Devorah.
Ellena, hi. I am so happy to be with you. I always love our conversations.
Well, thank you. It's wonderful to be with you again. And before we really move into the powers, the healing powers of the Tree of Life, I would like to share with the listeners some of your miraculous journey, especially one encounter that you went through and how you dealt with it. Would you go ahead and share that with us, please?
So, Ellena, you're taking me back to a regular sunny day in spring back in 2002 when I was living in what we call ancient Judea, referred to as the West Bank. And I was pregnant with my first child, my daughter. I was 7 months pregnant. And I was on the way to the OBGYN for an appointment. And I was waiting at the bus stop and I was reading Psalms. I decided I would put away my book in order to pay attention so I wouldn't miss the bus. And I still remember the sound of a foot stopping in front of me. I looked up, and one look into those soulless green eyes, I knew I was in danger. And apparently, this was a man from a nearby village known for its terrorists. And in the next moment, I was pushed to the ground. I was screaming. I felt something pounding into my back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. And then it stopped and I was able to run away. And later I found out that I was able to run away because there was a paratrooper also waiting for the bus a week away from his wedding day. And he had jumped on the terrace and I could run away. And I also found out that after those 8 poundings on my back, well, this was actually a very large kitchen knife pounding on my back. He saw it wasn't working. He dropped the knife, took out another one, but this knife had fallen on the ground and broken into 3 pieces.
Oh my gosh.
So I ran away and I made it to the intersection. I waved down a bus driver. We called my husband, an ambulance came. When I got into the ambulance, I thought to myself, I'm glad it was me and not someone else because I can handle this.
Uh,
And we arrived at the hospital. There were cameramen waiting outside, I was warned, so I pulled a blanket over my face. I wasn't going to let them get the satisfaction of having my photo. So they wheeled me into the hospital, and everyone, was concerned for me, and I wanted to let them know I was okay. I was joking and laughing. I was probably in shock. But they kept me overnight. The baby was fine, a little bit quiet, but everything was fine. I only had surface scratches. And the
wow.
next day, I was released back home. And Ellena, for a very long time, I looked at this event and I really thought that I was supposed to die, but that God had
Oh,
saved me. And would you believe it if I told you that I always had this inner desire to sacrifice myself for God, kind of like in the
oh,
same ways that our ancestors did. And I came to learn that this was every detail of it was meant to happen, that this was God's rewriting or writing this event into my life in order to appear dramatically, showing me how he is in relationship with me. And not only was I not meant to sacrifice my life for him, but he was meant to show me his love by saving
oh,
me.
oh,
And
that's
so,
really something.
yes.
Yes. And Devorah, how does this, over the years and the quest you've been on, how does this deal with the tree of life and the powers of it? Can we look at that at all? Just right now, just for yourself, and then we'll bring up that beautiful diagram for everyone. But it was really your own inner work that did this. I mean, it's such a moving story to hear about this. So, what was your process? How did it connect you into looking at the healing powers?
Well, this really deepened my journey, my quest for being in a relationship with the divine, with the creator. And I've come to understand that the tree of life really is, it's everything. It is an expression of divine energy. And I just discovered, very slowly over the years more and more, and it becomes more of a part of my life. So, if I could just explain a little bit
Yes.
about that the tree of life is.
Should we bring up? We have a beautiful diagram that Devorah Gila of sent. So if you'll bring up that beautiful diagram now, and then Devorah Gila will describe the powers to our listeners, holding up the photo and all her comments.
So I want to start by saying that everything is God. God is everything. And in order for us to understand him more, he gifted us with this way of kind of explaining these divine flow emanations. And they're called the sphirot. And the sphirot is based on the root in Hebrew. You could say SFR, Sefer, which means a sphere. It means counting. It also refers to shining. And so these are ways that the divine light, kind of circles of influence, soul powers that they shine into our lives. Yeah, there's 10 of them, and the top 3 refer to our consciousness. The one in the middle being Keter, our crown, and this symbolizes the divine will and how the divine will influences on us. And today we're going to be focusing more on the lower 7. So we can see that there's a left side, a right side, and a middle. And our behaviors and everything in the world can be explained through these influences, through these sphirot of the tree of life. So masculine energies are on the right side, feminine energies are on the left side, and the balance is in the middle. And the most important thing for listeners to understand today is that our life is a quest for balance. And I'm going to be giving examples of how we get out of balance and then what to do to get back into balance.
Okay, let's hold.
So today we'll focus on the bottom 6, on the left, right, and in the middle.
Okay, so just hold that thought, and we have to take a little break right now, and then we'll resume this fabulous discussion. So I want everyone to get Devorah Gila's information. So Devorah Gila, please give us your information for our listeners. And you also have a wonderful offer to share. So please go ahead and do that now.
So you can go to my website at easeandflow.com, www.easeandflow.com. And in the menu, you'll see Tree of Life. And you can click on that and leave your details, and you will receive my Tree of Life meditation for calm and balance.
Wow, that's really something. And people can certainly use that right now. So we're going to take our little break. I'm Ellena Lieberman. For requests or to contact me, you can go to dynamicmanifestation.com/connect. You're listening to Passion of the Soul with me, Ellena Lieberman. And when we come back, we will go ahead looking at this wonderful diagram, and we will also be discussing more about the healing powers of the Tree of Life, and later what we call the 3 O's, confronting many of us daily. Stay tuned, and we'll be right back. Looking for inspiration that awakens your soul? Join me, Ellena, on Passion of the Soul every first and third Thursday, 5 p.m. Pacific, on Transformation Talk Radio. I interview brilliant creators, artists, healers, and visionaries. Visit my website, dynamicmanifestation.com. Passion of the Soul, where your truth comes alive.
Join us on Kaleidoscope for Becoming every second Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Pacific Time on Transformation Talk Revolution, where you are invited to revel in your becoming better and brighter on purpose. This isn't just a show, it's a prayer disguised as a podcast, and together we are evolving on purpose. Visit www.celestialempowerment.com for more information.
Erica Gifford Mills has written the book that is about to change your life. If you yearn to branch out, to take a leap of faith, to love yourself and others fully, and to finally let go of whatever no longer serves you, then Erica's book, The Rooted Life, Live, Love, Let Go, is for you. Readers will learn about how their values affect every aspect of their lives, why self-care and self-love is a critical first step to stopping limiting beliefs and negative thoughts in their tracks. The Rooted Life, Live, Love, Let Go teaches readers who are ready to unlearn unhealthy patterns to set, communicate, and keep their boundaries, to live with passion on purpose, and to create goals with the intention of putting them into action. Once you pick up your own copy along with the companion workbook, you'll be one step closer to being fully equipped, empowered, and enlightened on your path to be yourself for yourself. If you're ready to plant powerful and intentional roots to live it up, love it up, and let it go, visit getrootedradio.com.
Hi there, Anahata Roach, the Crystal Coach here. Do you have things that you do or respond to or feel triggered by that you have no idea why? Whatever that is, whether it was something that you are even conscious about or you actually have a memory of, there is in your body stored programs and trauma that an emotional clearing will help you unlock. It's called the spiral, and it is one of the most amazing clearing modalities I've ever come across. If you'd like to know more about the spiral and this wonderful modality that has helped so many people, including myself, please go to my website, thecrystalcoach.com, and click on the Discovery Call. It's free.
We're back on Passion of the Soul. I'm your host, Ellena Lieberman. My guest tonight is Devorah Gila Berkowitz from the Golan Heights, Israel. So Devorah Gila, let's go back and really take a closer look on the diagram of the Tree of Life, and then we'll go into the big O's that affect people. So go ahead with your examination and the deep insight we can gain from the Sephirot.
Okay, great, Ellena. So let's take a look at the masculine side, numbers 4 and 7. So here, number 4 is called Chesed, and this corresponds to loving kindness or giving out energy, which is a masculine concept. The problem is that if we give out too much energy without balance, then it can lead to a lot of problems in your life, in your health, in your relationships. Giving too much can cause a lot of stress. And the opposite side, number 5, is Gevurah, which is strength, which is a way to fix the chesed, too much chesed, because it stands for holding back from the giving and providing limitations and boundaries. So the map is already giving us a direction of how to bring balance into our life. When that happens, we get to number 6, which is Tiferet, which is beauty and harmony. If we look at number 7, Netzach, that stands for victory, or you can imagine it like a marathon runner running to the goal. It also stands for persistence, perseverance. But if there's too much of that in your life, if you're always running, then again, it causes a lot of stress and your quality of life is compromised. If you go to the left side to balance it with number 8, you'll find Hod. This is the answer to an overindulgence of Netzach. Hod is splendor. This is the splendor of standing back and appreciating, acknowledging, being grateful for what it is that you've been trying to accomplish. And when that happens, you get the balance of Yesod in the center, which is foundation, or I like to call it connection. When you are able to balance Netzach with Hod, you're able to connect better with yourself, with your divine source, and with other people. And then at the bottom, we have Malchut, which is sovereignty, kingdom. It's a place where when you have balanced your other Sefirot, you're able to stand on your own 2 feet and walk your talk and stand in your sovereignty.
Well, this is so important because people, especially when they get overwhelmed, never step back. They don't step back. And they keep looking at it and trying to say, what did I do? And I better do more and blah, 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 which brings us to this other piece, which is what you call, and you really work with this a lot, the 3 O's: overwhelm, overdrive, and overgiving. So would you like to talk about that, and what kind of what do your clients come to you with in their situations?
Yeah, absolutely. And so I'm a primary candidate to have to discover this because a lifelong recovering perfectionist and overachiever myself, I actually got struck with an autoimmune disease in my late 30s, just a stress-related disease where I was going blind in one eye. I had
Oh,
inflammation, lesions in my brain and spinal cord. And when I was in the hospital, I really heard a divine voice telling me it's time to slow down. It's time
wow.
to take care of yourself. And that was the beginning of the next leg in my self-development journey. And so let's talk a little bit about the 3 O's of overwhelm, overdrive, and overgiving. So what I discovered in myself and working with many, many clients was that overwhelm really is the result of pushing yourself too hard in overdrive or overwork, and that which is netzach, and pushing yourself too much in overgiving, giving of yourself too much, which is the imbalance of chesed on the right side.
Huh.
And yeah, pretty amazing. Where this shows up with people, here's well, for example, busy moms that are taking care of a family. They might be also have a job or run their own business, and it's a constant go 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 and pushing themselves hard and not being able to take time and take care of themselves, and they might be stuck in a lot of cortisol and not being able to really find that time. And so what we do is we find balance. And here you can go right to the tree of life and see if I have an overbalance in chesed and overgiving, I need to go to the other side to Devorah and boundaries. So one of the stories I have is a client who was a holistic healer. I have many holistic practitioners in my that come to my business. And she was stuck in that overgiving mode. And we discovered that the basis of overgiving mode for her was a belief a limiting belief, a false belief that she was not worthy of giving to herself.
Oh,
So when she was able to realize this and put up boundaries that come from number 5, Gevura, to balance the chesed, guess what happened? She got into a place of number 6, to ferret of beauty and balance, and she had one particular child that had been disrespecting her and being even aggressive to her. And the behavior of this child improved. This was an adult child, actually. And the behavior of the child improved because she put down boundaries and found that balance. And they had the most wonderful relationship after that. So that is one example of how we can look to the tree of life and we can understand from the 3 O's what's out of balance and how to get that back.
yes.
Another example.
I just wanted to tie it in with the name of your business, Ease and Flow, which is, all of these are examples of the flow, the ease. So give the example, but you can tie it right in, and we can see how all of this is flowing easily when the balance starts to open up and happen. So I wanted you to
Absolutely.
comment on that. Yes.
Absolutely. And after my diagnosis, ease and flow is something I was definitely wanting to have more of in my life. And actually, in my subsequent work, in mind body healing and in life coaching, I discovered that these entrepreneur women that I was working with, what did they want mostly in their lives? Because they were super high overachievers too. They wanted ease and flow, and they used those exact words. And that's when I realized that I need to name my business that, because that's what we're really all looking for. And so another example of bringing ease and flow is, let's look at number 7 again, Netzach.
Yeah.
So I had a client come to me. Actually, he was a CEO of several businesses of his own. And he was really stuck in a lot of stress. He had lower back pain, he had chronic anxiety, and we saw that he was really stuck in this netzach, overworking and doubting himself. And we also saw that the mindset behind the overdrive, the overwork, was I'm not enough. So that message that comes to us at a young age, you know, when you bring home that test, there's a 98%, and your parent says, well, where's the other 2 points, right?
Yes.
So at a very young age, that's the belief that he adopted. And so we look to the other side of the tree. That's Hod. That is the acknowledgement and gratitude. So when he started bringing more space and stepping back and appreciating himself for the things that he had done, and bringing more breathing into his life, just giving him that spaciousness and expansion, that's when his lower back pain started to reduce and his anxiety lifted. And in one session, he was just brought to tears because all that emotional blockage just really released. And he got to the balance of number 9, Yesod, where he had a foundation of connection to himself, his true self, his inner child, and better connection to his business and in the other areas of his life.
So your clients are able to identify their true self when these sephirot are in balance. Is that true? That's very difficult for people to find their pure true self, their initial spark.
Yes, and a big key to doing that also is to visit the inner child and understand these misbeliefs that got picked up along the way, these beliefs that I'm not worthy or that I'm not enough. Those immediately, the vibrations of those beliefs, the energy of those beliefs just resonate on this tree in those spots. And so the healing is created before the sickness, is what we say, right?
Yes.
In our tradition. And so the tree has the answers. You know, if you can find where you're stuck, you can look and see what the healing is. And that's where you'll find the ease and flow. Ultimately, in that middle column, in that balance. And if you look to the top, that keter, that is your alignment to your creator. And straight down at the bottom, that is your personal sovereignty. And this is where we want to be in our lives if we want to achieve ease and flow.
Well, we're going to take a break right now. I'm Ellena Lieberman, and you are listening to Passion of the Soul. Stay tuned, and we'll be back.
Are you ready to listen to your soul? Discover the power of pausing and turning in on Our Soul Whisper with Kathy Belmont and Dr. Pat. This sacred show offers a safe space for self-discovery, healing, and soulful transformation. Let your inner voice rise, be heard, and gently guided into expression. Tune in every first and third Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio. Subscribe now so you never miss the whisper meant just for you. Visit OurSoulWhisper.com.
Hi, I'm Gwenem Carsley, transformational body, sex, and soul coach. Skin and Soul is not for the tame. It's for the parts of you that ache in silence, that pulse in the dark. It's where truth slips beneath the skin, where longing, death, and desire kiss. Strip down, breathe deeper. Remember what it means to be alive. Join me Fridays at Skin and Soul, 10 a.m. PST on Transformation Talk Radio.
Are you ready to get big and live your life out loud? Tune in to Get Big Out Loud Radio, exploring life through the lens of curiosity and compassion. With me, Carrie Knudsen, joining Dr. Pat live every second Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific on TransformationTalkRadio.com. I will offer ideas to transform what you are thinking into conscious action. If you want to get big and live your life out loud, visit me at KnudsenSpeaks.com.
If you're feeling stressed, overwhelmed, or in grief, I'm here to help. I'm Faye Lau, intuitive healer and founder of Faye Inspired Healing. Through soul-guided sessions, I help you reconnect with your body's wisdom and inner truth. Whether you're healing from loss, letting go of pain, or rising into elevated energies, my work combines energy clearing, grief support, and spiritual coaching. Schedule a session or learn more at fayinspiredhealing.com.
There is more to life than simply surviving or even thriving. There's flourishing. High performance and quantum success coach Beth Larson helps you calibrate and elevate your life. Beth specializes in working with women who want more from their life, more energy, joy, passion, connection, and more meaning. As your coach, she will help you get clear about your life, prioritize what's important, and become a master of your energy. Visit BethLarsonCoaching.com.
We're back on Passion of the Soul with Devorah Gila Berkowitz as our guest. Now, Devorah Gila, please share your special offer and your contact information with our listeners, because your approach is so distinctive and valuable to everyone. So please share all of your information now.
Thank you, Ellena. So I can be contacted through my website, which is www.easeandflowsoul.com. And you can find contact sheet. And there's also a very special Tree of Life meditation on the menu that you can fill in your details and you will receive that meditation.
Well, overall, let me ask you this question, more about relationships. How does the Tree of Life healing powers apply to relationships? You had one with the mother and child that you gave examples. What about other relationships first? And then we'll move on to the inner child in our hearts. So if you want to go into that, we'd like to hear about that.
Absolutely. So, as we already know, the Tree of Life really is symbolic of all the energy in the universe. It really is. Everything can be expressed in the Tree of Life. And we have an expression that says, Kol ha'olam nivra bishvili, the whole world was created for me. And what that says to me is that everything is a mirror for what's inside myself, for me to be able to learn my life lessons, for me to be able to have my personal growth. So that includes the people in your life. The people in your life are the most wonderful mirrors of how you are doing with your balance in your sphirot. If you look on the outside of yourself and you're seeing your children are having problems, there's problems in your marriage, let's say, then you need to look at yourself and say, where am I out of balance? So I have seen that the more in balance that I get in my life, when I'm not pushing myself, and I'm not striving too much, or I'm not bending over backwards to please people because of a sense of unworthiness, when I can get into balance because I understand my worth as a divine being, I can be in harmony and in connection with others. Then what happens is that projection outward, which is the mirror inward towards me, those people in my life, those relationships, everything gets better and those relationships are easier. So we often want to change other people. You know, a wife might want to change her husband. A husband might want to change his wife, or we could say partner or significant other as well. We all know you can't change another person or even a situation. You can change yourself. And from that, everything else flows.
So when we look at trying to harmonize the inner part of the inner aspect of ourselves, how does this relate to, in particular, creating harmony with the inner child within each of us?
Yeah, so it's important to recognize, first of all, that we carry that inner child every day, everywhere we go. And the more out of balance you find yourself, that's a sign that your inner child is running the show, as opposed to you, the adult. And the inner child might be running the show because of these beliefs that he or she picked up along the way. So I'm going to go back to just review those two beliefs we spoke about before. If your inner child has a belief that they're not worthy, let's say they were a latchkey child and they came home and there weren't any parents home, they might have felt that they're not worthy enough to be spent time with. Or let's say just a parent was too busy and didn't have time to listen, or really didn't understand the child, right? Then you might have that sense of, I'm not worthy. And you're going to want to spend time being with your inner child and bringing them into that place of tiferet with your heart, with love and compassion. And the same goes with if your inner child has a belief of I'm not enough, and I always had to strive to prove myself to my parents because I felt that just whatever I did wasn't enough, you're going to be stuck in Netzach, and you're going to want to bring your inner child back into the center balance. And we always like to use the heart energy for that.
When you talk about Netzach, let's review its influence on us for a second. Let's go back so people really come away with these concepts. So what happens if you're stuck in Netzach?
Okay, so in number 7, Netzach, that's victory. You can imagine a marathon runner running a race. They go, 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 go. But without the balance, they keep going and they never get to the finish line where they can stand and cheer and look behind and say, wow, I made it. Can you imagine a marathon runner running forever because they're stuck in Netzach, right? That's the image I want you to go away with. We want to get to the finish line so that we can get into balance. What's the finish line? It's looking behind you and saying, wow, I'm so appreciative of all the months that I trained for this race. I'm grateful for all the people who cheered me on along the way. And that's when you get into balance with that yesod, number 9, in the middle, which is your foundation, which is your connection to yourself, your divine source, and to others.
Oh, that's really important. So let's go ahead. We're going to take a quick break again now, and then we're going to do a beautiful meditation by Devorah Gila. But first, before we take that break, I really want all our listeners to get the information from Devorah Gila, because her wisdom is very distinctive and it is available to all of you, and the technique is very different than what you hear from many healers. So go ahead, Devorah Gila, please give us your full information.
So you can contact me at www.easeandflowsoul.com. And you'll see on the menu, there is a Tree of Life meditation for calm and balance that you can click on, leave your details, and download that.
Wonderful. And it's really important because we don't hear about this type of healing that much done in this level of wisdom that Devorah Gila has. So I hope that all of you are able to at least contact her and see what the connection will be about just for you. This is Ellena Lieberman with Passion of the Soul, and we are going to take a quick break right now. And when Devorah Gila comes back after our break, she will be doing an inner child healing meditation. See you in a moment.
Are you struggling with unresolved emotions or recurring patterns? Tune into Beyond Birth Trauma, From Burden to Brilliance with me, Shannon O'Flaherty, on Transformation Talk Radio. On the second Tuesday at 10 a.m. Pacific Time, we'll explore your own birth experiences and consider how they might be affecting your current life patterns to start your journey towards self-discovery and healing. For more information, visit shannonbtb.com. That's shannonbtb.com.
Are you curious about how the quantum energy world impacts your health and well-being? Join medical intuitive Jane Phillips as she provides a space for insight, growth, and transformation with practical tools and perspectives to help you stay positive, navigate challenges, and reclaim your personal power. Visit janecphillips.com to book a session or class and explore how energy wisdom can help you heal and thrive.
What if Sanctuary wasn't just a place, but a way of living? Tune into the Sanctuary Network every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern with me, Mary Ellen Popick, for inspiring conversations featuring thought leaders, healers, authors, and everyday seekers, plus voices from the Sanctuary Marketplace, spotlighting the community that makes this movement thrive. This isn't just a show, it's your sanctuary. Visit thesanctuarynetwork.com for more information.
Available now, Ascendancy Awakened by Pankaj Singh. Surprising Way to Successes by Leaders Unleashing Potential and Taking Command. When was the last time you checked in with yourself? Leadership isn't just about confidence. It's about overcoming burnout, responsibility, and unseen challenges. Ascendancy Awakened delivers a powerful framework to help you take command of your life and career with the Ascendancy Action System, a transformational approach to unlocking your full potential. Don't wait. Get your copy today. Visit singpowerupcoach.com now.
Welcome back. I'm Ellena Lieberman with Passion of the Soul with our guest, Devorah Gila Berkowitz. If you'd like to contact me for an Akashic Record consultation or my book special consultation, or even attend a class, go to dynamicmanifestation.com/connect. So Devorah Gila, we're going to get ready for your beautiful meditation. So if you'd like to go ahead and lead us in that this evening.
Ellena, I would love to lead everyone in inner child healing meditation. So I invite you to get comfortable and turn off all distractions and just allow yourself to settle in your seat. And as you settle in your seat, just allowing yourself to tune in to your breath, however it's showing up for you as we start to relax the body. And on an exhalation, just allow your eyes to gently close. And as you continue breathing, we recall the verse in Genesis that says, "And he breathed the breath of life in his nostrils, and man became a living being." So just allow yourself to be breathed into by the divine breath, feeling the air entering your nostrils and exhaling, releasing. And as you be with your breath, just imagine roots growing down from the bottoms of your feet into the earth, and inhaling, breathing up through the bottoms of your feet, the beautiful grounded earth energy. And allow that energy to reach up to your heart, and exhaling back down through the feet and taking another breath up to your heart and release. Just really enjoying being present with yourself and becoming aware now of the crown of your head. Imagining that the crown of the head could open and you're bringing in this beautiful celestial heavenly light, beautiful bright light from the heavens coming in through the crown of your head. Breathing that right down into your heart and exhaling, releasing. And again, another breath. Breathing that beautiful light into the heart. And if it feels comfortable for you, placing a hand over your heart, where the energy of heaven and earth now circulates, and imagine that energy traveling to every cell of your body, trillions of cells, nourishing them with this beautiful energy. And continuing to breathe gently. And as you be with your breath, we're just going to imagine that somewhere deep, deep in your heart, your inner child is awakening, ready to come forward. And maybe there's an old photo of you at a certain age that appeals to you. Whatever age of that inner child is ready to come forward for a very gentle and light meeting with you, just allowing that to bubble up. Just notice which age, which version of your inner child is coming through. Just being with what is. And as you be with this inner child, allowing yourself to breathe together with him or with her, breathing that beautiful divine breath together through your heart, from that place of harmony, from that place of tiferet and compassion. And know that there is so much love for you here. So much love for you and your inner child, breathing together through your heart. Breathing that compassion, breathing that unconditional love that is available to you and your inner child at every moment. And I invite you, if it feels right to you, to look in the eyes of your inner child from your compassionate heart. Look in the eyes of your inner child and see that divine image in your inner child, the beautiful being that is your inner child. Allowing your inner child to be seen by you, by your loving heart. Just noticing what you see when you look into your child's eyes from that divine place within you. And perhaps you would like to ask your inner child, what do you want to tell me? What do you want me to know about you? If it feels right for you to ask your inner child to express themselves to you, feel free to do so. What does your inner child want you to know? Listening deeply from your heart for what comes forward. And how does it land with your inner child that you're listening so deeply to what he or she wants to tell you? How does that resonate with your inner child that now they're being seen and heard so deeply? What's that like for your inner child? And perhaps you might want to ask another question, but this time of yourself. What might you want to say to your inner child? What might you want your inner child to know right now from your heart to their heart? What would you like to tell your inner child? Talking to your inner child from that beautiful, compassionate, divinely loving place in your heart. And how does it land with her? How does it land with your inner child? What you've said? How do they resonate? And just notice. Just observe lovingly. And just notice if there's anything left that needs to be said or heard, and take a moment for that now. And now, very gently deciding how to say goodbye for now to your inner child, because you can always come back to this exercise at a later time. So you might want to give a hug or whatever comes to you naturally. And then once you feel that you have said goodbye in a way that feels right for you, we're going to integrate the inner child back into your current self, into your adult self. So just imagining your inner child growing up inside of you slowly from your heart, expanding, growing into the older versions of you until you are harmonious with your current self, and that feels complete. Knowing that you can always ask Divine Source to help you with this later as well. And just taking another moment to be with yourself in gratitude to the Creator for giving us this experience, and thanking yourself for showing up for this inner child healing meditation. Thank you.
Well, Devorah Gila, that was absolutely beautiful, especially the sense of breathing with the inner child and looking into the inner child's eyes is so much like if people have had a child and they hear the heartbeat inside of them, it's like your heartbeat is their heartbeat. And really, the intimate communication was just beautiful. This is a wonderful meditation for people to do, to recognize who they truly are from their soul. It's absolutely beautiful. So, Devorah Gila, before we close this evening, do you have any other messages that you'd like to give our listeners?
So, Ellena, back to my introductory story. I want everybody to know that your divine source has been with you all along through all of your challenges, especially if you're struggling with something right now, to remember that your Creator, whether you call that God or in another way, is with you, acknowledges this, and to look for ways to be more in relationship with your divine source, and to look for hints and messages how your divine source is with you, and to keep cultivating and creating that loving relationship that is your divine birthright as a human being.
Well, thank you. That was so beautiful. And one more time, please give the information where our viewers and listeners can contact you.
So you can contact me on my website at www.easeandflowsoul.com, and be sure to find your Tree of Life meditation on the menu, where you can put in your information and download the meditation for calm and balance in your life.
Well, thank you so much. And I want to thank all of you for tuning into Passion of the Soul. I had a marvelous time this evening. And please join me every first and third Thursday of each month, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Next, on June 18th, please join me for my show, Risk to Become, featuring Patty Elvey, author of Practicing the Art of Becoming. See you then. Thank you for being with us today. I'm your host, Ellena Lieberman. Be sure to tune in every first and third Thursday night at 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 p.m. Eastern on Transformation Talk Radio for more Passion of the Soul, where we connect with brilliant creators, artists, healers, and visionaries who have walked miraculous journeys. Continue the experience at dynamicmanifestation.com. And if today moved you, share the show and like us on social media so others can awaken their authentic potential too. Until next time, listen deeply, trust your innermost wisdom, and live your passion of the soul.